We have hundreds of attorneys and other legal professionals, interpreters, law students, and community members who give so generously of their time every year to advance the causes of racial justice, immigrant justice, and economic empowerment. We really look at this luncheon as a way to honor and recognize all of those volunteers and to thank them for their service. We're also particularly pleased to be able to highlight the work of several of those individuals who have really gone above and beyond the call of duty in this last year in that fight for civil rights that has helped all of us in that bend towards justice.
At the Lawyers Committee, we look at economic empowerment on an individual level through legal services for entrepreneurs. We serve clients who are starting businesses, who are strengthening their businesses. When we put a call out to volunteer attorneys to advise our program and our clients on these issues, Krista Kim just jumped right in immediately. She joined an advisory committee focused on commercial lease issues. She brought a colleague, Corinne, in from her firm to assist clients as well and advise our staff on these issues.
What I love about working with legal services for entrepreneurs is that I have the opportunity to do transactional work, which is what I do on a day-to-day basis, for clients that may not otherwise have access to this type of service.
Their firm has provided several clients with individual pro bono counsel on their lease issue. These are small businesses and people who really need the help.
We had a client last year that was facing an unlawful lease termination, and I was able to help this client by negotiating with the landlord a settlement so that he was able to move his small business, which had been around for quite some time, just down the street, and he's continuing to operate.
We're looking at the people on the other end of the gentrification spectrum who have been forced out of their homes and their places of business where they've lived and worked for many years and who don't have the resources to stay. We're trying to help retain the fabric of our communities that way.
Susie has been an invaluable volunteer with the Second Chance Legal Clinic because she truly believes in the value that someone should not be defined by their worst mistake in their life, but actually should have an opportunity to move forward and reach their full potential. And through her work, she's helped several clients to do that.
When they came to the clinic, they didn't know what to do. Many times they were really worried, and they were more than anything frustrated because they were trying to clean up their lives, and it just seemed that the system really wasn't working in their favor.
She has achieved amazing victories on behalf of her clients, helping one to seal a past drug case and helping another achieve his dream of becoming a licensed pharmacy technician.
Many individuals who have convictions on their records or who are recently released from prison face many barriers to housing and employment, and because of these barriers they face endless frustration and disappointment and sometimes hopelessness, and oftentimes that actually leads them back to the prior convictions and the prior bad behaviors that created that frustration to begin with.
The Second Chance Legal Clinic absolutely depends on the incredible support of our volunteer attorneys like Susie.
The essence of Rosann's pro bono work is that she has been working with the attorneys of the day at the immigration court, receiving this big inflow of intakes of the children and the families that have come from Central America and put on the expedited docket, which is thousands of people.
I decided, yeah, I'd really like to be involved in that, to just put any small, any effort that I can put in to help these people.
This is a huge amount of information that she has put together that has really helped us organize the clients and find the best representation possible for them.
I wanted to serve, this particular group of people, mainly because they were mostly children, it seemed, and I just can't think of these, some of them very small children coming to the U.S. just in groups with maybe, no adult supervision.
Rosann's contributions behind the scenes have been instrumental in mobilizing our efforts. There's a lot of grunt work that goes on that is really done by unsung heroes like Roseann that has been very inspiring at a time when we're meeting a very challenging situation.
I thought maybe I could help these kids out in this small way.
The level of need for legal services for immigrants and their families in this time is the highest I've ever seen in the time I've been a lawyer. I think part of what's so amazing and inspiring about this team's work is not just the exceptional and very adaptable lawyering that they did on the cases, but it's also the level of support and patience that they brought to their clients.
A case that was a relatively straightforward, simple affirmative asylum case turned into a defensive asylum case. And on top of that, it turned into a case where we were kind of taking care of an entire person and her family. So everything from domestic violence issues that came up in her life, supporting her son in his schooling, them dealing with eviction issues, and kind of all of the things that surround poverty law and civil rights issues.
What we had to do was individually get to know her, and both as we were meeting with her and behind the scenes, really strategize on how we can show her that we're her advocates and not just these lawyers that she doesn't know and doesn't trust yet.
They really showed an incredible and I think inspiring level of patience, compassion, understanding, support that can make such an incredible difference for clients as they're going through this process, which is stressful, it's emotionally painful, and it's scary.
For me, it's been an unexpected way of achieving what I've always wanted to do, which is change the world, change my community. Seeing how much she still leans on us for everything, has really been fulfilling.
This case has taught us all, and me personally, a lot about the struggles and the issues that immigrants and refugees face. And above all else, LCCR and our firm and the work that we've done has contributed to the conversation that exists around immigrant rights.
Neil is one of those longtime champions of pro bono. I think he's been involved with pro bono ever since he started practicing. He told me that he took his first pro bono case from the Lawyers Committee, an asylum case, in 1988. And it seems that he hasn't looked back yet. Ever since then, he's been pushing pro bono forward.
The pro bono experiences that I've had as an attorney have meant quite a lot to me, both personally and professionally. At a personal level, it provides a type of satisfaction and connection with a client that you just don't get in the commercial world, because you have the opportunity and hopefully the success in really making a change in someone's life, in their quality of life. And in an asylum case, for example, for a client and the client's family to be able to stay in the United States and not have to go back to be persecuted somewhere else, you've given them a gift that you can be proud of and feel good about, and in a way that resolving a commercial dispute doesn't really touch on.
One of the things that make the Lawyers Committee unique is that we engage in direct services, policy advocacy, and impact litigation. And we do that purposely. The idea behind that is that our impact litigation and policy advocacy issues, if we want to address some sort of systemic wrong or make a systemic change, that bubbles up from our direct service cases. And when it bubbles up and we do decide to engage in impact litigation or policy advocacy, we know it's impacting real people. We know it's impacting the community that we're serving.
To me, doing pro bono work, whether it's for the Lawyers Committee or for other organizations or not for organizations, is something that is very personal. And I find that the best way to get other people interested in doing pro bono, because I think everybody, if they think about it, there's something that they care enough about that they would be willing to devote the special skills they have as attorneys to help people out. And if you can find that and you can connect the cases with the people, I think that's a way that everyone in my firm and other firms can be doing more pro bono and feel really good about it.